Here I am, in the place to be. Mr. K and B, you can't fuck with me. Extra sexy, extraordinary. Palms are hairy, your mama pop. What up, y'all? K and B, the Sexy Ninja, in the place to be for C Plus Studios and the Paper Saber universe. I just saw a movie. What's that movie? The Super Mario Bros. Movie. I wasn't expecting much. I'm not a big Mario Brothers fan, or I thought I wasn't. I got all the Easter eggs and everything like that in the movie, which I was surprised by. The soundtrack was stellar. The cast was amazing. One of my biggest things going into this, I remember when Chris Pratt was announced to be Mario, I was like, okay, that's fine. But everyone that loves the original actor that plays Mario, they're like, oh my God, why can't I? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, whatever. And I was like, Chris Pratt has a Chris Pratt voice, doing that accent. And then when I heard Charlie Day's doing Luigi, I was like, nah, I like Charlie Day, but I don't know Charlie Day as a secondary character, but I was wrong. I actually really enjoyed the voice work between Chris Pratt and Charlie Day as Mario and Luigi. The movie starts off with them in Brooklyn, New York, and you have Anna Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach, Jack Black as Bowser, Keegan Michael Key as Toad. You got Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, and he's he's Seth Rogen because of that laugh of his. Fred Emerson as Cranky Kong, Sebastian as Spike, so on and so forth. You have Carrie Payton as Penguin King. The movie starts off, and Eric Baza as a Toad General. This movie, and Kevin Michael Richardson as a Kamek. Like I said, I really did enjoy this cast. I really thought that this cast, and a lot of homages to the Mario Brothers franchise itself, and a lot of I remember sitting in the theater with Doug being like, man, I feel like they're gonna put everything they have into this movie just in case they don't get a sequel. And they had Charles Martinet in here, the original voice of Mario. He's one of the characters in the family and stuff like that. And it was just really cool. Like I said, there was a lot of cool homage things in here in this movie that I really did enjoy. It starts out and I said, I was skipping over myself. It started off with them in Brooklyn. They're the Super Mario Brothers, Luigi and Mario. They have this really cute commercial that they're trying to sell, and their family's like real dickheads about it. The mom's like, oh yeah, you my boys. And Mario's like, Dad, you think, spoilers going into this. Dad, what'd you think? He's like, you're just taking yourself down and you're bringing your brother along with you. And I'm like, man, everyone's such assholes. And there's a really cool scene where Mario's sitting there. He's in his bedroom, he's playing a Nintendo game, and Luigi comes in, kind of encouragement and stuff like that, and says, hey, you're not tearing me down. Me and you, we're brothers. We do better when we're together. There's that really heartfelt message in there about brothers and brotherhood and their bond as a family and stuff like that. So, and then lo and behold, a leakage happens, a big leakage happens downtown Brooklyn. And then Mario's like, this is it. This is our chance, so they go boom, zoom, and Luigi's like, I don't know about this. I don't know if this is the big one. But this is where we go down. They go down into the sewer. They try to stop this thing, but the burst pipe, and they ended up in this other area of the sewer where it pulls them into the Mushroom Kingdom. Well, it pulls Mario, and it pulls Luigi somewhere else where he gets caught by Bowser. And the whole premise of the movie is Mario trying to get his brother Luigi back. So, he goes, he meets Toad and everything like that. And they go off and they try to, they got to go meet with the princess. There's a Princess Peach of the Mushroom Kingdom. We got to go get her. We got to let, her help us. And they're having this counseling meeting with everybody like that. And Princess Peach is like, we need the Kongs. The Kongs are going to come and help us. And everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. Go get him, Princess Peach, because Bowser's on the way. He's got the star and everything like that. And I got to say, Jack Black as Bowser is awesome. I was wondering because that song Peaches kept on popping up on my feed on TikTok, on Twitter, and stuff like that. Pages, 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 pages. And I love me some good Jack Black. And I saw the music video for where he's dancing, and I was like, what the hell is this? I didn't really click on it because I knew it had something to do with Mario Brothers because I wanted to go into this movie fresh. And I went into this movie fresh, not knowing what to expect, but I had a hell of a good time, and and Bowser's whole, like, I'm going to ask the princess to marry me, and I got the star and this and that. And there's just some funny, great moments with him. And, and when Luigi's in this prison, in this cages and everything where the penguins are as well, there's just one star floating around who's all like disappointing and whatnot. He's like, there's no light at the end of the tunnel, it's dark and death is upon us. And everyone's like, shut up. Oh man. And I gotta say, the soundtrack when everything's popping off, man, like I knew the cues because I'm like, I not a big Mario fan, but I do have one of those little NES, and we do have an original Nintendo somewhere around this place. But I love playing the original Super Mario Brothers game. Like I can play, like that game is so sacred. It's the only game that I can play for hours upon hours and hours and hours and not miss a beat, because I just need 2 buttons and a pad and I'm ready to go, brother. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to put, I can sit there for hours and just play. And it's funny is like when I play my daughter, she's like, I was like, all right, I'll play first. She goes, okay, I'll wait until you die. I'm like, wait until I die. I'll give it a few hours. And I'm taking the shortcuts and everything like that. So this is how I felt sitting there. Like I felt like a little kid, like playing the game. And, Mario has to go through this training with Princess Peach and everything like that. And, has to eat a certain mushroom to grow bigger and whatnot. So he's stronger. And if you played Mario, And for me as a fan, like, yes, I played the Mario Kart and stuff like that with family, but it took me really back to the original roots of the first game. When you were either Luigi or Mario, you just to play, just, 2-bit, everything like that. And hitting the pole, and it was really cool seeing the obstacles being placed, And after Mario goes through it, there's a great scene where he's finally kind of mastered it, and he's sitting there with Peach, and he's Princess Peach, and he's like, yeah, he goes, at least I got it. She's like, yeah, and she's like, don't worry, it took me a long time. And Mario's just like, did it now? She's like, no, actually, I got it really quick. And he's like, yeah, you're just trying to make me feel better. And she's just like, yeah, is it working? little cool moments like that. So they go to Donkey Kong and they see Cranky Kong, and Cranky Kong's like, oh, you can't have my army unless you defeat my son, which is Seth Rogen's Donkey Kong. And that's such a great fight, man. Little Easter eggs here and there with when Mario eats the blue mushroom, he shrinks and everything like that. Then when he becomes a cat, and like all these really, really cool things. And Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong is 100% like, I believe that's Donkey Kong. You're seeing the barrels being thrown and stuff like that. It was just really cool. And I really like the fact of the story that they included Donkey Kong in this. I was just like, okay, cool. That's because if I'm right, and I'm not 100%, this is where Mario came from, correct? Mario was originally part of the Donkey Kong franchise and then got his own thing later on. If that's what I remember, so you can attack me all you want. I'm just talking about a fucking movie here. So if I remember, memory serves me right, didn't Mario start with Donkey Kong and then so on and so forth, got its own game and stuff like that? Not a gamer, so that's what I remember. So after he defeats Donkey Kong and him kind of still hate each other, but they get the carts, man, and the music cues, got that I was just like, all right, let's do this. But Bowser knows. He sets an ambush for them on the Rainbow Bridge, and they get attacked, and all the Kongs get caught and everything like that. Mario and Donkey Kong fall off, and they go into the ocean, and they get eaten up. And this movie's really fast. That's what I think I really enjoyed about it. It's a really fast-paced movie, and you're just sitting there, and the animation, ooh man, the animation is fantastic. I'm just watching, it's just like it's so beautiful and crisp and clean, and it's such a good time that I highly recommend it to anyone and everyone, man, just to have a good time, just for an escape. Even if you're not a Mario Brothers fan, or you played the game a long time ago as a kid, you're just going to sit there and feel like a kid the whole time and just have a good time. And as Mario and them escaped the oceans, Bowser took Princess Peach after she tried to defend her kingdom. They're gonna get married and whatnot, and there's so many great jokes in the movie that I really like, that really land really hard, and just had me dying. I thought at one point I was gonna fall out of my chair. But so they go there. Princess Peach is like, "Did you really think I was gonna marry you?" And and Bowser's like, "Well, yeah, and that's where the song Peaches comes from, because in like towards the middle of the movie or something like that, he's playing this piano and he's like, "Oh, peaches, 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 love you, peaches," and when his little hench guy comes in, he's like, "Yeah, jam with me." I don't know why I thought that was so cool. I want to do that with somebody when I'm sitting there like in my office doing paperwork and they come in and disrupt me. I'm like, "Sit down, jam with me." um so the wedding, of course, doesn't happen. This is the big finale and whatnot, and Mario and Donkey Kong are trying to get up there to Bowser's kingdom, take down and then Mario has this great idea, because after they stop Bowser, he sets off one of those grenade things with the face on it, and Mario gets it distracted and takes it down one of the tubes. And lo and behold, after he saves his brother Luigi and everything, and like, Luigi's like, "I told you I wouldn't give up on you," And so he sends that bullet thing through one of the tubes, and and the world, a Mushroom Kingdom, gets sucked in, and it goes out into the real world. So that's where the final battle happens, and Mario's getting his ass kicked by Bowser, and it's just a great moment where he's like sitting there and Bowser's like, "I told you you couldn't defeat me. I told you," and he's in that little pizza shop or whatever. And then the commercial comes on. He sees him and his brother, and he has all these bruises, and he gets up. And that's what you got to do as a hero. You got to get up and fight. And, he goes out there and like, he goes, "Come on." He's like, "Oh, you want to go again?" Yeah. And so after he started, Peach goes, "The star," because the star got out. And so they go, and Mario goes for the star, and the Bowser shoots his fire, but Luigi saves him. It's a really cool moment. He's like, "Yeah, remember me and you together, man, me and you together. And we won't get hurt if we do this together." And they get the star, and you just hear the music. And I was like, "Yeah, baby, I know this. And they go and whoop Bowser's ass. I mean, they whooped his ass. So their parents see it, they're like, "Oh my God, that's our kids," and they kind of get redeemed in the light and stuff like that. And what's funny is like, when I was thinking of the story of like how they get to the Mushroom Kingdom and everything like that, I was thinking of the first Mario Brothers movie, the live action movie with John Leguizamo. And I was thinking about, I was like, didn't they go in a sewer too? Because there was a leak, and then that's how they transferred into wherever the Mushroom Kingdom, whatever they were going to. Then they got their cool boots and stuff. Always trust the fungus, always trust was it trust the fungus or trust the mushroom? I can't remember. I haven't seen that movie in a while. I remember the fun story real quick before I finish up this review. I remember me and my homie Taylor, we were at Hastings when Hastings was actually here before Sprouts and stuff like that. And me and him found a copy of the Super Mario Brothers movie. Me and him are like, "Oh shit, yes, this is our childhood. This is what, and that movie and Double Dragon, the live action Double Dragon movie, was those movies I used to watch all the time. And I remember me and him, we went, and he bought like some Four Locos, because that stuff is nasty, but we were young and dumb, and we got it, and we sat down, we watched it, and we're like, "Oh man, this movie sucks, but our childhood," so it just brought back great memories, especially seeing this movie today, seeing with Doug and being like, "Man, you remember how many times like I played Mario Kart with y'all, especially with my cousins, and how Mario is just this big entity. I can't wait until the sequel, and it's just a fun animation. 2 after credit scenes, so stay in the theaters for it. You got Bowser who's singing his song, but he's trapped now in the Mushroom Kingdom. He's a prisoner because they shrunk him down. He ate a blue mushroom. Then at the end, we get the tease of Yoshi. I was like, ooh, And at the end of it, I just looked at Doug. I was like, man, I really like this movie. I didn't expect it. I didn't expect liking this movie the much as way I thought I was going to, but I did. I was just like, hell yeah. I'm ready for the sequel. I'm ready for it. I told him my 2 biggest things was Charlie Day and Chris Pratt. That was the 2 things that I was worried about going into this movie, but then that got washed away because I had a lot of fun. The story was fun. It's a fast-paced movie, hour 33 minutes. It's a really good time. And if you enjoy the Mario Brothers franchise, and even if you don't, you're gonna have a good time. And I am willing to own this in my collection of movies. I heard there's an awesome steelbook that Walmart's going to be dropping out, the star and everything. So I give this movie a solid like 10 out of 10. For me personally, as a viewer, just because I didn't expect to have a good time, and I had a fucking good time with the Super Mario Brothers movie. Bring on the sequel. Let's do it up. All right, y'all. Tell me what you thought of the movie. What was your thoughts? I know I'm a little late to the party, but it was just one of those things where I was like, let's go, let's do it. Let's see what everyone's talking about. My brothers were like, you got to see it. I was like, fine. So I saw the movie. Liked the movie, enjoyed the movie. I do want to see it again when it comes out. I'm definitely going to own this movie when it comes out. So go check it out. The Super Mario Brothers movie, out now in theaters, and I recommend seeing it on the big screen. We got to see it in the Harkin Sin one. It was masterful and colorful and beautiful and everything like that. All right. Then after that, you're going to like and subscribe. You're going to share with your grandma, share with your grandpa, share with the bum down at Walmart. Go get yourself some C Plus Studios merch. Get yourself this true sexy ninja mascot we got rocking. Get yourself, I believe I'm going to have a sexy Ninjacast shirt up there soon. A lot of great designs that are on our TeePublic store. So go check it out. If you're rocking with the New World Podcast, we're working on a pro wrestling tee store for the New World Podcast specifically. And if you're rocking with us on TikTok, you're rocking with us on Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, anywhere and everywhere. Thank you. More to come. Once again, y'all, it's nothing but love and respect. Go check out the Super Mario Brothers movie. I am KMB, the Sexy Ninja. And as always, stay sexy, ninjas. Whoop, whoop. Welcome to the wicked shit.